I think I'm playing chess, I see a king, I'm at his neck. I'm 3 steps ahead of every move, now that's a check.
Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Mindflip TV with your boy Frank Visionary. Just wanted to touch on manifestations. Once upon a time, guys, 2010, I came across a book, To Think and Grow Rich, by a man by the name of Napoleon Hill. That led me on to not only learning all the great things in magic that came from that powerful book, but it put me on to a gentleman by the name of Jim Rohn, that's where I learned manifestations. Though it's in the book, To Think and Grow Rich, and there's so many different valuable principles that helped to change my life. When I stumbled across Jim Rohn and the way he worded it about manifestations and really putting your dreams into reality, that was big for me. So I really started implementing a lot of that into my own life. So at that time, again, came off of homelessness, came off of a bankruptcy, lost everything, no car, blah, 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 the shit story. Well, from that point, I had to take some action. I had to start taking some steps into my life of what can I do differently than I've already done that got me into the hole that I was already in. So obviously something I did when I finally acknowledged that was something that I did that's when I was able to change. So a lot of the stuff that Jim Rohn and Napoleon Hill will talk about is writing down your goals, putting pictures and photos around you that you can always see. You're starting to manifest the things that you would like to have in your life. So the reason why you see my car here, it's my new Mercedes S63 AMG. This is something that, for me, I always aspired to have. I've always been, for one, a fan of fast vehicles. So this thing has 600 horsepower, all-wheel drive, twin turbo, plus it has the luxury and the boss level that I was looking for where I'm at today. But at that time, it was just a dream. So the reason why you see this here today, and I wanted to include it into this video of what I'm talking about manifestations, is because a lot of the things when I started to change and adapt my ways is I would use my screensaver on my phone and I would use my screensaver on my computer. And I would put places I wanted to live, neighborhoods I wanted to be in, places I wanted to travel, the car that I wanted to have. So as I started to do those things, I noticed that it's something's drilling into my mind that's teaching me and having me sustain more than I had already had. It's the weirdest thing, and I wish I can give you the direct answer of why that is, but it's an energy that's put out into the world, and something about it really starts to change within your mind and your life. So this was a dream a lot of my life, but I actually put it as a screensaver, I want to say end of 2018, where I've already achieved success as the business is running. I'm starting to hire employees, things are going great, but I never forgot about the dream, which was the car. So I'd always change things that were on my screensavers and on my notepads and things like that, and I always keep them, but I adapt them and I change them. Once I reach that certain goal, new screensaver, you know? So I'd already reached my business. I'm in the neighborhood I want to live in. I'm doing all the things I want to be. I'm traveling already. And so the next for me was a $200,000 car that I never thought I would touch. You know what I mean? So this thing I put on my screensaver back in 2018, going into 2019. And I remember my employee right now, my account manager, her seeing it on my screensaver and telling me, like, she laughed. She honestly gave a laugh, and she's like, why do you put those things on your screensaver on your computer? And I was quick to answer, because watch, you're laughing at me now, but I will have that car soon. And she didn't doubt me because she's known me for a long time, so she knows that I'm a big dreamer, but I'm an action taker too, and I make things happen. So sure enough, fast forward to November of 2019, it's my birthday weekend. Wife tells me, hey, I know you've been wanting that car, you wanna go get it this weekend? So it's just funny how that happened, and that weekend I pulled away with it. So thank you to my wife, I love you, baby. But it's part of the manifestations, you know what I mean? It's the manifestations that I had that on my screensaver a year prior due to me stumbling across a book in 2010 that's To Think and Grow Rich, and coming across a gentleman by the name of Jim Rohn who's starting to teach me how to implement those skills that I learned from the books. It's one thing to read a book and understand that what it's telling you, but it's a whole nother way of how do you implement it. And that's for me where I found Jim Rohn. So he was a huge mentor for me. I still follow him, rest in peace to him, great soul. But he has so much valuable content out there that helped to change my life drastically. So yes, Napoleon Hill was a big foundation for me. I read the book. I wanted more, but I didn't know, like, how do you start implementing it? Then I come across a gentleman by Jim Rohn, and he tells me, well, you need to do this, and you need to take this step, and here's the principles. And he breaks it down in layman's terms, along with Earl Nightingale. You know what I mean? These guys break it down for you and make it so simple to where it's like, you need to do this. And then I started doing it. So I started taking the notes on my phone. I'm starting to put these things on my screensavers. I'm starting to put pictures on my walls. I'm starting to dream these things at night. I'm starting to repeat these statements they're telling me to say before I go to bed and when I wake up in the morning. And here we are today. Multi-million-dollar business, no longer homeless, have not only this car, but I have 3 other trucks and an SUV that we're blessed to have today. You know what I mean? That I dreamed it, but I never thought it would really become a reality as fast as it did for me. It's amazing once you start having that realization that how powerful your mindset is, how powerful reading a book and implementing what it's telling you to do can do for your life. So yes, I know you guys have seen my story posts over months and years already where I'm saying, hey, read this book. Hey, check out this guy. Some of you guys maybe still don't know what to do with it. I'm telling you guys, these books, there's a reason why so many people still point to them and why so many people have become successful from them. It's because it has valuable content that, and the moment you understand what to do with it, your life changes as well. So again, from a guy that's been to rock bottom, homeless, no car, no job, no money, no nothing, nowhere to go, and here I am today standing in front of a $200,000 car. I have 3 others at my facility. I have a facility, I have employees, I'm a multi-millionaire, and we're reaching for the stars today. And let me tell you, I have everything to thank to those books, to those mentors that taught me the skills and the talents and the things that I needed to do to implement and change in my life, what I needed to separate myself from and who I needed to surround myself from. So many different things that we have this today, guys. We're in Beverly Hills, enjoying these views, enjoying nice meals at restaurants I never thought I'd be in, guys. You can do it too. Don't count yourself out. Your dream can be a reality, so don't let me tell you that you can't. Don't let anybody else tell you you can't, because for me, it never happened, because I'm gonna tell you, you can do it. You can do it, guys. I am nobody special. My brain works just as good as yours. Albert Einstein's works just as good as yours. It's just, how hungry are you to achieve what you want? Are you just gonna keep dreaming all day? Or you wanna take some action? Let's get it, Frank Visionary.